Apple is holding a digital-only fall event on Tuesday, September 15th. But this year's event may be different from other September events that we've had in the past because we might not see iPhone announcements. Current rumors indicate Apple's September 15th event will focus on the Apple Watch Series 6 and new iPads, with a second iPhone-focused event coming in October. So in this video, we're going to go over everything that you need to know about the products that Apple might announce at next week's event. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications whenever we share a video. Starting off with the Apple Watch Series 6, we are expecting to see pretty much the same design as the past few years with a few internal upgrades and the addition of a new blood oxygen monitoring feature. Based on discovered code in iOS 14, Apple will provide notifications when blood oxygen levels drop below a healthy threshold, which is right around 95 to 100% saturation. A drop in blood oxygen level can suggest a serious respiratory or cardiac problem. Another rumor for the upcoming watch is that it will allegedly have mental health capabilities that will allow it to detect panic attacks or high levels of stress and provide breathing exercises to calm people down. This feature may rely on heart rate data alone, or it may also take into account blood oxygen levels, but these rumors are kind of mixed on what exactly will be involved. If it relies only on heart rate data, then this feature could be implemented into older Apple Watch models. But if it relies on blood oxygen monitoring, then it could be limited to the latest Apple Watch Series 6. Aside from those two features and a kind of sketchy rumor about Touch ID being baked into the digital crown, the Apple Watch Series 6 is also expected to include faster performance, better water resistance, and improved wireless transmission for faster Wi-Fi and cellular speeds. Apple will couple these features with the latest release of watchOS 7 that includes new features like custom watch faces and the ability to share those custom watch faces or download others from the App Store, a new sleep app and sleep tracking functionality, improved fitness tracking metrics and modes, cycling directions in the Maps app, automatic hand washing detection and reminders, and much more. On the iPad front, rumors are circulating about a refreshed iPad Air that could debut at the event. Anonymous Twitter account Love to Dream, which has a mostly accurate track record when it comes to leaks, says that Apple is working on an 11-inch iPad Air with an all-screen display that uses an under-display version of Touch ID rather than Face ID like the iPad Pro. It has also been rumored to feature a USB-C port and smart connector pins on the back of the iPad for accessories. Basically, what we're looking at here is a lower-cost 11-inch iPad Pro with a similar design all the way around, but no Face ID. I'd also assume, and these are just my own thoughts and opinions here, that you're not going to get the same quality display with the iPad Air compared to the iPad Pro. At least, you're probably not going to get ProMotion. But again, these are just my own assumptions since information about this device is rather limited right now. Now, there is a leaked manual that happened back in August about this new iPad Air, seemingly confirming many of the rumors that we've heard about the upcoming device. It appears to feature an all-screen display on the manual, but instead of adopting Face ID or the under-display Touch ID that I just talked about, it shows Touch ID built into the power button of the device. Now, if any of this is true, this would be a huge update from the current iPad Air, which is still modeled after the original iPad with thick top and bottom bezels and a physical home button. If Apple can release a light version of the iPad Pro at around $400 to $500 price range, this iPad Air could be a huge hit. Now, if for some reason reports about the event details are wrong, and Apple does in fact introduce new iPhones next week, here's a quick rundown of what to expect. This year, you can expect to see 4 models starting with the iPhone 12, which will be the more affordable iPhone model available, and will come in 5.4 and 6.1 inch size options. The 5.4 inch model will be the smallest iPhone that Apple has released in years. Then, on the Pro side of things, you can expect to see 6.1 inch and 6.7 inch options. The 6.7 inch option would be the largest iPhone that Apple has ever released. All of the iPhones will feature edge-to-edge displays and Face ID functionality with trued-up camera systems. We can also expect to see 5G implemented in the new 2020 lineup, with a few other high-end features hopefully making its way over to the Pro models. Those features include the possibility of a LiDAR scanner, similar to what's seen on the iPad Pro, a 120Hz refresh rate for the display, and potentially support for millimeter wave 5G instead of only sub 6 GHz, which is what's rumored to be supported on the lower end models. All of the new iPhones will use faster A14 chips, and because 5G is so expensive, Apple might do away with the power adapter and earbuds that normally come inside of the box, instead offering these separately. Apple's iPhones are delayed this year and won't be shipping out to customers in September, which Apple has confirmed already, and that's why we kind of don't expect next week to be the iPhone event. But we are thinking that the iPhones will still be coming a few weeks later in October. Lastly, there are a few other products that have been rumored to be released at the same point near the end of 2020, and since we're approaching the final few months of 2020, it's possible that we could see some other new products at next week's event. We made an entire video about AirTags, so if you want to check those out, you can do so. But if you are unfamiliar with AirTags, they are a tile-like Bluetooth tracker that can stick to products either via adhesive or a potential ring, and track said products using the Find My app. Apple is also rumored to be working on high-end over-ear headphones that could be called the AirPods Studio and would come in at a starting price of $349. We've been hearing rumors about these new headphones, which will be the first Apple-branded over-ear headphones since 2018, but rumors are picking up and it looks like we're going to see a launch this fall. AirPods Studio will join the AirPods lineup with the AirPods 2 and AirPods Pro, and the new headphones will be distinct from Apple's existing Beats lineup, which features several over-ear headphones options. Current rumors indicate the AirPods Studio will feature active noise cancellation, equalizer settings controlled through an iOS or Mac device, and head and neck detection similar to ear detection in the AirPods. Other possibilities include a more affordable, smaller HomePod, a new wireless charging mat, but not the failed AirPower mat that Apple introduced a few years ago, and of course the introduction of the first Apple Silicon Mac, which could come in the form factor of a new MacBook Air or a redesigned iMac. There is no doubt going to be a lot to see at the event next week, which will be live streamed on Apple's website and the Apple TV app on Tuesday, September 15th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. But also, be sure to stay locked into MacRumors.com for more information about the event, as well as full live coverage. I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think Apple is going to announce at the event in the comment section down below. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you around in the next video.